Okay then, everybody, welcome to XLR. We have the Mexican Grand Prix today of Tier 2, and once the drivers load in, they will have full qualifying ahead of them today. Full 3 sessions, Q1, Q2 and Q3, to decide the grid order before we then go to a 50% race, which will be, I think, around 35, 36 laps of this circuit, as Q1 is just getting underway.
Oh.
Right. Just getting Q1 underway.
My phone disconnected.
Yeah, I saw. Oh, just drop you an invite when no one's on the track. There we go.
Cheers.
Who's gonna be the first one onto the circuit? There's a Red Bull out there. That is Jammy Cash. He is the first one out.
Oh, shit. Sorry. I don't know if I just...
Yeah, you did. What happened?
I think I was meant to press spectate.
Oh dear. Oh, no, there is a full lobby, you should be
20?
fine. There's 20, you're fine.
Yeah.
Just, we are also live at this stage. So...
Yeah, I did realise.
Yeah.
My bad.
well.
Excuse me. Strong language. The mildish language.
Oh well. Hopefully no one will notice. YouTube won't get mad over that. And Twitch doesn't care. Like, you can do basically any thing on Twitch, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Like, you can say that and still fully monetize your video on YouTube, which is great. Like,
That's fantastic.
It's only heavier language when they start to care. Anyway, Jammy Cash on his... I'm trying to work out what this unusual DM activity is all about, and the Discord. I'll try to look into that later. Anyway, Jammy Cash is using ERS on his outlap, which is interesting. I think he might have accidentally left it on. There's a McLaren behind him of Hart. I think...
5 DMs.
Who's going to go ahead? Okay, Hearts does go ahead, so it will be Hearts the furthest, and the first to begin a qualifying run. He goes around the final corner. He's got 2 hands again now, so that's slightly scary. Gets a bit out of shape in the final corner, but he gets down on the power for the run all the way into turn 1. Why doesn't my thing have the corner numbers? This is incredibly annoying. I swear I had the corner numbers yesterday.
Sure.
Yeah, but it's the same book. And before it didn't have the, and before it had the corner numbers. Now it doesn't.
Well, I'm relying on Wikipedia for this.
Yeah, normally I used to have a track map, and then I got this book, and then I thought I could no longer need a track map, but now apparently I do.
Let's have a look.
Hearts at the end of the first sector with a 29-0 in that first split. So, and he's got Jammy Cash behind him, but he still is the first around the lap. Chucks it into turn 7, gets back on the power again, round the S's, taking as much curb as he can. I'll try not to scrub off too much speed, but now it's all for this exit down the longer straight. There's an awful lot of cars in one place down at turn 4 and 5.
Oh, he's invalidated.
Who has? Jammy Cash.
Jammy Cash.
Hart still going on his lap though, coming around the stadium section, now back on the power. One more corner to go. He keeps it within the lines. Now it just goes blasting up to the finish line. Hart sets all 18.4 as the early benchmark. And then behind him, that's not Jammy Cash, that's Octi just beginning a flying run. There's an Aston Martin. That is Footface.
Line.
Going to the line, he goes P2 with an 18.9, half second off. How do I say that one then?
MGN Shabby.
Yeah.
Are you looking at Nidus? Is it Nidus Toxin?
I was thinking the Ferrari, but because it's
right.
a Dutch name, I guess.
No, I'm gonna screenshot this because it's like he's still in the garage.
Wait, what?
Nidus Toxin. Yeah, not even. I'll send you.
VC Mike goes into P3 with an 18.8. For me, I just see him driving.
Yeah,
Mar goes into
he's literally
P3
steering.
as well with an 18.4. Unitos goes faster with a 17.6. That is considerably faster than what we've seen so far. I think I just saw Footface go straight into a wall. Yes, I did. I did see Footface go straight into a wall.
Oh god, no.
He's got to get out of the way
God.
before he gets disqualified for being stopped. Thankfully, he's managed to avoid blocking anyone. Arcty with a 19.1 just finished a lap. That's an Alpine. That is... And it is Toxin. I think he's coming into the pit lane. No, he's going out for another run.
A good lap here from Jamie Cash.
That's like
decent lap,
P2.
P2.
Yeah, that's a good lap. Who's that up the line? It is Mr. Business
It
with a
was Mr.
17.7. Puts him into P2. Now Kyle around the final corner. Can he keep up the streak of P2s? No, he can't. He goes into P8 with a 118.8. AM's in the final corner now, up to the line. Can only manage P13 with a 19.3. There's a Williams, I believe that's a Para coming into the pit lane. Then there goes the Ferrari, just beginning a time. Who was that? That's Chavi going again. Then Max in the final corner coming into the pit lane. Jay-Z up to the line. Right, he's just beginning his first proper run, doing a no ERS lap as he typically does. Come to
Just a
expect
banker lap.
that. Yeah, that's what we can come to expect from the
Rocky
driver.
coming across the line.
He does Rocky into P4 with an 18.3. That is a very solid lap from him. Should be enough to get through into the second part of qualifying. Octi coming into the pit lane. That is an Alpine behind him. That's Nidus Toxin coming up to the line. Can he improve anywhere? No, he can't, but he does go again still, even with very little ERS. He goes again. Jamie Cash in the last corner, I assume, is on his way in. And indeed he is.
PC bike on 800ths faster through the first sector.
I think he's the
Going
only
for another
person
lap.
currently on a lap. Yeah, I believe he is coming around the middle sector. Then he gets on the power for the straight, takes a lot of curb there, but somehow keeps his lap valid enough for the game. 2/10 up in the first two sectors. Chavi's improved a bit further into P2, and now VC might come around the stadium section. Just 2 more corners to go on this run for him. This could be quite the promising time. He gets a bit out of shape on the exit, but on the run up the line, it shouldn't matter too much.
Lap.
And it's over
Lovely
half
lap.
a second improvement to put him into P5. That is a solid time for him.
Very good lap.
I think Unitos just on his way in. Yes, he is. Rocky, is he going again? No, he comes into the pit lane. Almost takes out the bollard. Doesn't quite.
Wonder who's getting ominated today.
I think
Louis.
will ominate himself. I'm still in the pit lane, to be fair. Oh, wait, he's got a quali ban, doesn't he?
Yeah, he
Forgot
needs to
about that.
retire.
Yeah, I forgot
of
I'm
course,
having
he
a
needs to
quali ban.
retire.
Fresh on his way out. I mean, it shouldn't matter as long as he just doesn't take a lap and doesn't interfere with the session at all. He doesn't
Hopefully not.
need to retire. There's just not any point in not retiring. Oh, is that the thing you sent? Oh, yeah, I've seen that bug before. It literally only just came through.
Ooh, Mr. Business goes fastest by 4/10.
Ooh. 17.2. Yeah, that's a very solid lap.
It's on 3 lap old softs as well. That's a
Yeah.
cracking lap.
We've seen his pace. Just we have to hope his internet doesn't give up. Which it
Nidus
almost
Toxin
certainly will.
again is still driving in the garage for me. This is not right. I don't like it.
So I'll have to look into that afterwards. Right. Frosted Cheese is just beginning his first lap of the session. Most poles last season. Can probably expect a good lap from the Dutchman. Fresh also just beginning on VC Ryan 103.6 in the first 2 sectors. Coming into the final few corners now. He's got the Alfa Romeo Max ahead of him.
I
Has
think
he
he went
backed off?
wide by the S's. Yeah, I think
Yeah, he's coming in.
He did
VC
something.
Ryan has backed
I
off
wasn't
his
too
run.
Yeah, I wasn't too sure.
Mr.
But,
Business is almost certainly in now after that stint he's done. Yes, he is. There's a Haas round the final corner. That's Kyle, I believe, just beginning another run. Yes, it is. Footface and Unitos both also doing so. Footface getting a big old toe from his teammate. There's Toxin almost out of fuel there. Oxy just beginning a run again. So I believe it is Frosted Cheat with a 57.4 in the middle sector. He's just got a few more corners to go for his first run of the session. Where will the Williams be able to put his car, coming around the final corner, on the power he goes. And up to the line for the Williams driver. He puts his car P2, 2/10 off Mr. Business's time. That will be plenty enough to get him through into Q2. Fresh follows 2/10 off him with a 17.6. I believe that was a power that just improved. Yes, it was, with a 7/10 improvement. Now it is Max in the final corner. Got the Red Bull of Octi behind him as well. Up the line goes the Alfa Romeo with a 19.4. And no, that wasn't Octi, that was Jamie Cash, who's just beginning a lap, I believe. And round the final corner comes Kyle. Up to the line, goes into P7 with a half, just almost 6/10 improvement. Unitos goes up into P3. I think Footface has boosted his lap with how much he lost to his teammate. Octi up to the line as well, goes into P13. I think Footface is about to go for another one. A-Games can't quite improve. And now Jay-Z as well, just beginning a lap. Yeah, Footface just starting one as well. Who else do we have on the circuit at this stage? Frosted Cheat will be on his way in, I assume. Should be a fairly safe assumption, if I can remember how to English. I said like assumption. Like, I don't know where the words went.
Jay-Z's
8/10 up in the first sector. According to that, I think he's finally deploying ERS on this lap.
Yes, correct.
I don't think there's anyone else on the lap unless Jamie Cash is going for one, but he's invalidated. So no, he isn't. DRS active for Jay-Z. Up to the middle sector split. He's 1.5 seconds up on his time.
Oof.
That would see him to an 18.0, which would get him up into P7, just ahead of his teammate, if he can keep this lap going. And if he can find a bit more time, it'll get him up into P6, ahead of Jamie Cash. Now, around the final corner for Jay-Z, up to the line. He improved by 1.8 seconds. That's a really good lap for P4.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. That is a great lap from the Haas driver.
That's fantastic. Ryan's just starting one now.
Yeah, can watch out for that. Should be quite the competitive lap. I think Jamie Cash might be going for 1-2. VC Ryan still needs this lap at the moment. It's a Mercedes back row lockout. Not quite what they would have hoped a couple years ago, when they were consistently getting 1-2s. Now they're getting 1920s in this particular race.
Oh, you know what Om's like. Oh, and
Fresh
retires
in P5. With that time, he's about 7/10 away from P10 at this stage, so it should be a safe assessment to retire at this point. VC Run cutting his way through the S's. So we cut dude Jamie Cash, who has actually invalidated again, so he won't be improving. He comes into the pit lane, and coming out of the pits, that is a Williams of a Paro. Where's VC Run gone? There he is. Right, just a few more corners to go on this lap for VC Ryan. He wants to, just needs to keep it going. Gets a bit out of shape coming through at the end of the stadium section. Now back on the power, up to the line for the Mercedes. Goes in P7 with a 117.7. An awful lot of 7s in that sentence. And that should be relatively safe for the rest of the session.
Very close, isn't it? Very close between P3.
It's because it's a short lap again.
P7.
Like what we saw in Austria last week in Tier 1. There were so many times within 0.2 of a second to each other. And it's very similar here. I mean,
It's going to be a good one.
well, it's the front is really close. But like there's like groups almost. Because there's Mr. Business, and then there's Frosted Cheese, and then there's 3 cars, and then there's like 5 cars within just over a tenth to each other. Then there's a 3/10 jump. Like it's mostly like just working in groups at this stage.
Yeah, of course. I know. There's going to, well, some DRS trains incoming potentially
Most
as
likely,
well.
yeah. Unfortunately,
Around
with the
this
nature
track.
of this circuit, there is a lot of DRS trains forming. Because if you get in someone's DRS, like if someone gets in your DRS range, you can't really get them out of it, because there's those 3 quite long DRS zones. So VC Ryan gets quite sideways there. He'll be into the pit lane because he's out of fuel. If everyone could stop going slowly on their outlaps, I'd quite like to see how long's left in the session.
There was but less than 5 minutes, about 3 minutes 11 seconds, I believe that was. 2 minutes 11. 2 minutes 11.
Okay, so some of these cars in the pit lane, if they want another lap, they'll have to hurry up. But yeah, 2 minutes to go in the session. But none of the cars in the pit lane need this extra lap. If I was Cherry, I might consider going out again, but he seems to think he's quite safe.
Yeah, I reckon if you're in the 17s, you're definitely safe. I don't think you need to go for another lap.
And Max both just beginning their laps.
Footface is in sector 2 right now, is just observing
I
them
think it's
and just
VC
be
Mike is in the last corner. He improved by half a second, but I think he's going for another one after that.
Footface is nearly 3 tenths up through the second sector. He's just coming across the final few corners now.
Yeah, I see him. Mars retired. That's on the exit of turn 3. But he's on the edge. Yeah, he's going to be knocked out. Whether he improves or not, Footface goes through, and Mars dropped down to P13. Oxy can improve, but not enough to get. Oh, he's out. Like, he's out at the moment. That won't be a safe lap. Nidus Toxin is out of ERS and invalidated. Footface could be on for Q2 here. A-Game's around the final corner. Can he get himself out of the bottom 5? No, he can't. He stays P17. Nidus is into the pit lane. And Max is invalidated as well, unless he can recharge to go again.
Hearts is going again.
Hearts should be safe, though, in that position. Because I don't think A-Games is going again. He's 2 tenths up, but he shouldn't need this lap. Because A-Game's still going. So. Max is very low in ERS. I think that's...
No, he hasn't.
No, he's...
No,
he's half a second down.
No, that's it. That is
that'll be it. Yeah. Unless A-Games can miraculously fight. Oh, no, he can't.
Oh,
Unless he can miraculously... I say that as he spins. VC Mike jumps out of P3, Carl into P4. They didn't need those laps, but might just as well get the practice and just that little ego boost from getting yourself in the top 5. As we say that, Rocky's on a lap. I think Footface just on his way in. Rocky was at 3 tenths up, I think, in the middle sector. As Hearts does improve into P12, gets himself nice and safe. And that's Rocky up into P4. But that is Footface into Q2.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's absolutely fantastic.
I can just imagine. He's definitely very pleased with himself after that. Wow. Knocked out in Q1 then. It's Mar, A-Games, Nidus Toxin, Max, and with that qualifying ban. Right, now we just wait a bit, and then we have Q2.
Alright, and Aparo and A-Games.
Now it's just the waiting game.
If they could just retire.
Yep, I think if you retire, you lose your tyre set though. Like, completely. I think it's something to do with tyre sets, like or maybe you get more wear on it or something.
Maybe.
There's something about tyres. Like if you're a tyre
It's always about tyres.
Yeah, you need to save that extra 0.5%. Because that makes all the difference. So eventually VC Mike will pull into his garage and then we go on to Q2. There we go. Woohoo. Q2. So then, topping Q1 is Mr. Business, followed by Frosted Cheese and VC Mike, then Rocky and Kyle, and knocked out then is Ma, A-Games, Nidus Toxin, Max, and And now we wait for the Q2 session to begin. Alright, the Q2 session is underway, and first out on track then it is had quite the race to get out. Everyone wanting to get early laps in.
What if it's rain?
Didn't look like
What
though
if
it
it's
should
a
be
rush
rain.
question?
I mean, the sun's still like completely out. It's barely even cloudy.
It all changes, doesn't it? Though?
It really does though. Yeah,
half,
like
first half you could be sunny. Like Austria was really
yeah,
sunny.
Austria. Like I rewatched the race, and then whenever you have a changeable race, it always reverts back to the original conditions on the end screen, like the results, and it was like so sunny. It's crazy to think
it does look cloudy. It does look cloudy, like
it's half. Yeah, there are clouds in the sky, but it's still very light cloud. Like it needs to go overcast in the game before it can rain, and it's not even. Like the game has like those three settings of clear, light cloud, and overcast, and at this stage it'll be light cloud. There might be a chance it rains in Q3, but I doubt it.
It could transform. It could eventually develop to overcast, and then
but it doesn't.
Develop to rain.
At this stage, there won't be rain in Q2, realistically, unless the rain comes really quickly. Anyway, that being said, Hearts around the final corner to begin the first run of Q2. See, activates his rear wing flat for the DRS and goes blasting all the way down into turn 1. Taking quite a lot of curb on the entry, and then on the apex gets it flicked through the first few corners. It gets a bit unsettled on the rear end on the exit of 3, but he keeps it going. Won't have lost too much from that. Now barreling down into turn 4, gets on the brakes, gets it turned in, hits his apexes, and again through 5. Back on the power again, now in the clumsy double right-hander of turn 6. Back on the power again, taking quite a lot of curb on the exit there. Now he flicks the car into 7, gets it through this S section here as quickly as he can. A small lift there, and then that's quick dab off the brakes. Doesn't take too much curb. That car was the Williams, I believe, of Aparo. It's fastest middle sector from Hutt, understandably, since It's the first middle sector. And now gets on the brakes and turned in for one last time. Gets back on the power. And up to the line goes Hart. And he sets a 1:17.7 as the early benchmark. That's is Untos with an 18.4 next to the line, and Footface with an 18.6.
Ooh, that's a good lap.
Jay-Z 18.7, Chavi with an 16.5. That's 1.2 seconds faster.
Oh my god.
Jamie Cash with a 17.2 there, still 7/10 off. Kyle next to the line, currently manages a 17.6.
Oof.
Then it is Octi next to the line. There's a yellow flag basically everywhere on the track.
There's a Ferrari just slowed down. That's fresh. Slow down.
Octi up the line goes P5. The McLaren behind obviously might just beginning a lap.
Rocky coming across the final corner now.
Rocky into P4 with a 17.7. Then it's the AlphaTauri Mr. Business just beginning a lap. Then it's fresh up to the line with a 42.7. That wouldn't be his most competitive time ever.
He did that. He just backed out as well.
Frosted Cheese invalidated, so he's just beginning one. VC, no, it's Hart that's in the last corner now. He'll probably be on his way in. He's low on fuel as well.
Oh, you just had to spin there.
You've had your name altered by tech support. You're now Wianuzzi. I don't know why like every all of my anything basically. Techie will just come into the comment section and just say Woomicorn and refuse to elaborate.
He's done that for me as well.
Yeah, he did that to you as well just now.
Oh, hi, Taki.
So obviously Mike is there in the middle sector. Mr. Business in the final couple of corners. Yeah, he's going through. That was an improvement there from, I believe, VC Mike getting himself up to P8. Indeed, it was. Mr. Business now just one more corner to go. Now the run up to the line for the AlphaTauri. Can he get this near front row? No, he can't. It's only an 18.1, which is only good enough for P7. That will not be a safe time. And then it's the Williams of Aparo who... Not Aparo. Frosted Cheese who goes into P3 with a 17.4. Next is the Ferrari of Fresh on his way into the pit lane. Aparo is 13 seconds up in the first sector. And make that 15 seconds after the middle sector now. And now he's just got a few more corners to go.
So far 119s, I want to say.
Power. It could be around... Now,
around
the final corner, back on the power for Aparo. Up to the line he goes. It's a 1:18.8. That is not the world's greatest time. Yeah. And he improved, but couldn't gain any positions. Kyle into the pit lane. And I think so too will be VC Mike, who's on an invalidated lap and low on fuel. Footface looks like he's about to go again. Come through the final corner, on the power he goes. And off goes the Aston Martin to begin another run. Mr. Business is coming... No, he's staying out. Never mind. Although he's... I don't quite know what Mr. Business is doing here.
Sorry, I haven't been paying attention.
Like, he's...
I don't know.
What's his plan here?
He's messing around and find him out, I guess.
I don't know. Is there someone he's trying to give a toe to?
Look how much is
yeah, it's clouding over, but it's not going to rain this session. If it does rain, it'll be Q3. It could.
Oh, and Paro.
Yeah, he's invalidated too. I think he's just doing a few drifts before coming into the pit lane. Yeah, he is. In comes the Williams driver. Anyone. And Footface is just about 2/10 down. I think we will see the Aston Martin into the pits and not complete this lap unless he can find that time in the final few corners. Yeah,
he's on 3 lap
he's backing off now. Yeah, he's in.
Surely
yeah, he's in.
Of course.
You can kind of tell from how deep he went in the last corner that he wasn't finding the time he needed, and he was definitely angling into the pit lane. Jamie Cash is just starting up. Is Mr. Business going to give a toe to Jamie Cash? Is that what he's doing?
Let's have a look.
Yes, he is. That does certainly appear to be the plan of the Alpha Tauri, helping out the sister team of the Red Bull. I mean, do we have any rules against that?
Stuff. No,
there's no specific rules against that, but
there isn't any. No,
cross-teaming.
It's completely legal.
Cross-teaming.
It is.
Not fair. JZ goes up into P3, 17-2. Still no one anywhere near Javi. But JZ, that's still a very good lap. Yeah, I don't think Xavi should be doing any more Tier 2 races, unless it just so happens that Mexico is his really strongest track, and he's just really, really good at Mexico. I think Gio slightly understated how much better than him he is. He kind of said, he's my cousin, he's a bit better than me. And he's 7/10 ahead of the field.
Fair enough.
Only a bit better than him, obviously.
Well, Mr. Business has not improved.
Yeah, because he was giving a toe on that lap, yeah.
Who's he giving a toe to again?
Jamie Cash.
Jamie Cash. I don't think he even improved.
No, Jamie Cash invalidated.
No, he invalidated.
All of that for nothing. Wah wah.
Right. This is why you do not give toes to other teams, guys. Karma does approach. TRF Fresh is improving, Bo.
Yeah. Although, like, the game will say anything's purple. I saw what was his name? The Alpine at one stage like had a purple sector when he was 3/10 down. 8-second improvement in the first 2 sectors from Fresh. Did he get pole last race? I want to say he did. Maybe he did.
You are correct.
I remember he qualified very well. Didn't do quite so well in the race. Last race, it's posted to pull the lap out of absolutely nowhere because he only just scraped through into Q3. Goes into P2. It's a Ferrari 1-2.
And Voten Webb would be absolutely loving this.
But he can't see it because he's in China.
Unfortunately.
Skill issue.
Massive.
Oxy having a big slide through the final corner. That just ruined his lap, I think. He was on quite a good lap there. VC might goes into P3, 17-1. Still no one within 4/10 of Chavi. He doesn't even need to do another lap, and he'll still top the session quite comfortably. Unitas up the line, P3.
Nice lap.
So there's 3 cars there within half a tenth, but then the gap to pole gap to P1 is over 4/10. Right, so there's a whole load of cars going out on their outlap. Not Fresh. Kyle goes up into P2. Again, it's another car. They're all still within a tenth of each other. That's 4 cars now within a tenth.
So good.
Footface just beginning of that. Now, if only we could see this in real life and actually for pole rather than for P2. Like, imagine 4 cars within a tenth for pole.
Will Footface get that Fredo?
No. I mean, he got close last race, to be fair, but then he bottled it.
He did well.
But then he bottled it, so...
well, everyone's been there.
That's true. Oh, he's a tiny bit down. If he has the fuel, he can back off, go for another run after this one.
Still got time, if he still believes.
Yeah, it depends how much fuel he has, though.
But we'll find out.
That Kyle being let through by Mr. Business, although... Yeah, Fresh retires from the session. That is a fair thing to do in this situation.
It's a bit of traffic. I think Footface is at a moment.
Oh yeah, he's gone off. Yeah, he's off in the grass there. So yeah, he will have to. I think he was just over pushing. He was down on his delta. He just put a bit too much in. Trying to.
He's still got time. He can.
Yeah, he can still go again. He won't have time to pit though.
Or will he not?
No, because it will be about the 40 seconds that he needs to go through the pit lane. Because it's a 20-second pit stop time roughly, but then they have to wheel you back in the garage, send you back out again.
Yeah, off he goes again.
I think what he's doing here... Yeah, he's still charging ERS.
Yeah, he's still
charging ERS.
So.
He's got the time to do so. Alright, who's furthest around the lap at the moment? I think it's Jay-Z in the middle sector. He's a tiny bit down through the first sector, but he's absolutely flying through that middle sector. As if the car's on rails there for Jay-Z. And he swung that time around to now be about half a tenth up on his personal best. Now this might be a bit more time for him to find in these final few corners. There can't be that much. It's all about this exit though off the final corner. Gets the power down and up to the line. Keeps it on a tight line and he doesn't improve by 1/1000th of a second. And Jay-Z stayed right on the edge. And that will be tighter than he'd like. Unitos goes up into P2. A tenth or so improved.
He could be safe because some drivers would have to put some good...
A power improved by 1.4 seconds to go into P9. Mr. Business improves up into P2. So that drops Jay-Z down to P8. A power is in P9. Frosted Cheese is only P10. But up to the line goes the Williams driver. He goes into P2. And that drops Jay-Z down to P9. Jay-Z could be really at risk here, especially with Hearts in the drop zone. VC Ryan's in the drop zone. He's purple in the middle sector. But next, is it Jamie Cash or is it Octi? It's Octi just beginning a run. Footface around the final corner, also just beginning one. VC Ryan in the final corner. He needs this lap. Currently sitting on the bottom of the timing sheets. He can only manage P11. And that is VC Ryan knocked out in Q2. He can only manage P...
Not even close, though. It was 3/10.
No, it was... No, to a power it's... Oh, wait. No, never mind.
3/10.
Yeah, 3/10. Rocky needs this lap as well. Rocky has the pace to improve. Hearts is down on his time. Hearts is knocked out here. So Hearts is down. So it's all down to Rocky whether a power will be in or out. Through the middle sector, Rocky taking a lot of curb. Really taking the risk here. He's 3/10 up. That would put him around where a power is, but he needs close to 4/10 if he wants to actually beat the Williams driver here. Will it be Rocky or will it be a power getting that final Q3 spot around that final corner on the power? Goes the Alpine driver up to the line and he finds the time. And that's a power knocked out. And with the same lap time as P9, puts a power, knocks a power out. Octi's 2/10 up around the final corner, but I don't think it'll be enough. No, it's not. He sets the same time as Hearts as well. Footface is in.
This is brilliant.
Look at those gaps.
Goodness me. Goodness me. God, Frosted Cheese got close to, well, as close to Xavi as much as possible.
3/10.
Hearts is... It's not about quality.
Hearts... What is going on with... Look how Hearts is on board. His AI's trying to drive into Jay-Z.
Oh, yes.
Like, because I think Jay-Z's out of fuel. And then Hearts' AI was trying to, like, go past him.
Who are we waiting on? Frosted Cheese.
Yeah, just for Frosted to get into the garage. Oh, Hearts got blocks apparently. Oh dear.
Oh no.
Ruh-roh. To be honest, just like a skill issue.
Okay. That's pretty good.
Yeah, so it was Chavi that topped Q2, followed by Frosted Cheese, Mr. Business, Unitos, and Kyle. Then knocked out was Aparo, VC Ryan, Hearts, Octi, and Footface.
Was it a Hearts if I got blocked, was it?
That's what he said.
Definitely a good time to...
Yeah, it's nice ticket hunting. Yeah, it's not raining though.
Yeah.
It is still overcast. You need to send the GIF version, not just the link. Not just the video.
I don't have the GIF version.
It's there. You just like copy the link to that and then send that.
I can save it, but I don't know if it saves as an image or if it saves as a GIF. No, it saves as a video.
If you hold on it and then like
Copy media link, is it?
Yeah. How do you favorite GIFs on mobile? Can you do that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm gonna pin the message. Yes.
Just gonna pin the message. Right,
There you go.
anyway, Q3 is now underway and we're being led out by Jamie Cash, followed by Xavi. The first two on the circuit. And Jamie lets through the Ferrari. So, Jamie will be the first to set a run in the final top 10 shootout to decide who will be taking pole position. I think the safe bet is on one particular driver. You know, the one that was 3/10 at the top.
Yeah. Well, it's not about quali though. Like, yeah, quali can give you a good position. But
yeah, but if you're
qualifying
that
doesn't
quick
give you
in
points.
quali, you'd think they're quick in the race.
Of course, yeah, you're right. But as well as that.
But then if they're
it's
running
down
a
to
more
performance
quali
as
like
well.
base setup as well.
Yeah. It makes XLR's left the session.
He'll be invited back. He'll have Footface to invite him. They're friends on.
Good job because I don't have them. I don't have some of them.
Yeah, no, like he's got Footface and Unitos is knocked out. He's got Footface who's knocked out to invite him.
The thing is, you can be fast around this track, but also you've got to be so careful of track limits, and also a mistake can put you in the wall. So regardless if you have pace,
like
that's
Shakos
fantastic.
in Tier 1 last season, he was.
Yeah, he did that.
Like he was really quick, and then he spun into the wall.
Yeah, he was literally by the pit wall, pit entry.
Yeah, and that is what gave Voting Web his final win. So
it was a good win though for him.
Yeah, it was
a really good win.
It was all a sacrifice from Shakos, and he definitely didn't just make a mistake.
But he did well though. 20-odd lap, 30-odd, I think, 30-odd laps on the hard tyre.
No, it can't have been that long. The race is only 30 laps itself.
Well, when did the safety car came out around single digits, or was it like lap 10-ish?
10, I think, or so.
Yeah, it was roughly that.
Exactly.
As far as I was
it's the
aware.
featured clip on the Twitch, so we can go check it out. Just
like
I've. Yeah. Oh, Xavi's invalidated his time in the middle sector.
That is exactly what I was saying.
Yeah.
You can be ridiculously fast, but those type of mistakes can cost you dearly.
Voting Web was on 25 lap old tyres. And everyone else around him was on 18 lap.
I was close, but I was nearly close.
Close, vaguely.
Within half a dozen of laps.
Within half a dozen. Fresh hit the first up to the line. He sets the early benchmark with a 17.1. That probably won't stand for too long, as Carl can only manage a 17.5. Jay-Z can only manage a 17.6. Now it's the Red Bull of Jamie Cash next to the line, coming around the final corner now. Stomps on the power all the way to close the line. He goes fast with a 17.0. Next behind him is Untos, who invalidated, I think. No, he said it.
No.
17.7. I just kind of assumed it'd be faster.
Mike goes fastest.
Mike also with a 17.0. 3 cars within a tenth and a half.
Oh, that's a lovely toe with Mr. Business.
Yeah,
Mr. Business getting a nice toe.
Yeah,
Rocky validated.
If we look at this driver BC at the moment, Jamie Cash, Footface, Max, Unitos, Mr. Business, all together in this race. So
yeah,
bit of collaboration, I think there. Probably yelling, "Oi, give me toe, give me toe, give me toe."
Sneaky stuff from the drivers. Oh, Mr. Business getting a little bit snappy then.
He still kept it going, at least for now. Oh, he gets really sideways through that middle sector. That would have cost him probably a tenth or so. He's going to
And
keep
he's got a
going,
bit
just
of
get
traffic
the
as
back.
well.
Yeah, he's going to keep going just to get that banker lap down. There's Kyle up ahead of him. Shouldn't catch the Haas before he pulls into
he's
the
going to be
pit lane.
close though. He's
No,
going to be really
it
close.
is going to be just about. Oh no!
Oh,
Oh,
Kyle's.
oh
Kyle's in
dear.
a bit of trouble. Kyle's in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, that's.
He tried getting out
He
of the
tried.
way.
He tried getting out of the way, but he did it a bit too
I
late.
knew what he was trying to do.
Yeah,
I
he
knew
did.
what
He did
was
a
trying to
bit
do.
too late, and it's the point where the racing line moved to the outside. He just slightly
no.
misjudged it.
Our race director is in big trouble.
Yeah, he's immediately going to apologise for that. It shouldn't be too bad because it's only a banker lap. Hopefully, maybe. Well, if... Now, how long until we see... Oh, Carl was about to start a lap himself.
I see.
That's what happened between the two of them. Now, I'm just waiting before we see another channel pop up in the tickets tier 2 section.
Yeah, just kept patiently waiting.
Frosted Cheese with a
So far, so
28.7 in the first sector. And Cherry behind just starting a lap as well. He also did a 28.7, but Frosted was about half a tenth faster, I think. So Javi is not currently on for provisional pole through that first sector. Frosted Cheese hurling the car through the middle sector. Took a lot of curb there, especially considering how often you can lose a lap there. 57.4 in the middle sector.
That's a really good second sector.
Cherry behind.
I'll see what he does.
Can manage a 57.0. So from about half a tenth down to 4 tenths up in the span of one sector, Frosted Cheese can only manage P4. And now Cherry around the final corner. If he's 4 tenths ahead of Frosted Cheese, that would see him 3 tenths or so to the top. Here he comes up to the line. Whoa!
Oh, that's tier 1.
Yeah, that totally is.
That is no cap about that.
Yeah, maybe not.
Oh.
I thought 4 tenths, that's really fast. 7 tenths.
7 tenths. 7 tenths.
Yeah, unless Mexico is his very, very bestest track and he's awful everywhere else. I think that Saturday reserve role may need to be removed. As Rocky comes up the line, goes into P6, 17.1. He's 3 tenths off Frosted though. Like what I was saying with the groups, there's Chavi, and then there's second down to 5th. So like 2, 3, 4, 5, those 4 cars. Oh, Jamie Cash has just stopped at the end of the pit lane. Like they're all within what? A tenth and a half, 2 tenths of each other. And then there's Rocky, Kyle, Jay-Z all about a tenth apart. And then Unatos clearly didn't have the best of laps. And Mr. Business just starting another one as well. Let's hope this time he doesn't get impeded. As in...
Fingers crossed.
Hopefully. 28.6 in the first sector. So that's about a 1.6 down, I think, on Frosted Cheese. But that may all be down to the wing angles that the drivers are running. So we'll see through this middle sector what sort of times the AlphaTauri can do. So he chucks the car in, takes a lot of curb, but keeps it legal again. And now up to the line, so 57.3. You can't like compare it to the other drivers because in the race director it just shows the individual sector times. But now back on the power for Mr. Business as he comes up to the line. What can he do? He can only manage a 17.0, but that is still enough for P3.
It's really good lap.
It's not enough for the front row, but it's the next best thing.
Not quite.
It literally is the next best thing, because it's the next position. I make some really stupid content sometimes. It's not quite the front row, but it's the next best thing. Yeah, because it's one position behind the front row. Oh, Jamie Cash getting a big old toe here from Unitos. But I think Una is also pushing. Yeah, they're both pushing. But Jamie is getting a massive toe. That's Kyle on the run down to the end of the first sector. And he's just a bit less than half a tenth down.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. He's still got time if he wants to back out. Well, we'll have to see what he can do.
I mean, it depends how much fuel he's got on board. If he doesn't have the fuel, he can't
I
back
reckon
out.
they'd get 2 laps. I'm sure they'd have like 2 laps.
Yeah.
Of flying lap fuel, maybe 4 laps, 5 laps.
4 laps is enough. Yeah, car backs off. 4 laps is
so.
a push lap, then a cool down lap, then another push lap. Like on top of an out lap. That's how much 4 laps is, because that's typically how much I put out quite often.
Yeah, Unitos is 6 times up. And I think I
yeah,
don't
they'll
know
put
if
him
I scored that right. If I
under 17.1.
don't know if I scored was 56.9.
Possibly you did.
I couldn't quite catch it.
6/10 would put him to around a 17.1, which is the sort of area he was at before. He goes to a 16.5. 1.2 seconds. Still not enough for pole. But
well, he's got a bit of competition anyway, and that's what we want to see. We want to see some competition.
Jamie Cash invalidated his lap despite that toe he had.
I think Jay-Z's going to get a nice toe there from the Red Bull.
It'll be a very distant toe.
Yeah, might help, might not. We'll see.
Might help by about a quarter of a tenth.
Yeah, roughly that.
Every little helps.
Tesco's. Love that.
Is it Tesco?
Yeah,
yeah.
Tesco.
I don't know why my head was Sainsbury's.
Sainsbury's, I don't even know what their motto
live
is.
well for less. I my brain is not braining today.
Alright, question of the day for everyone in the audience. What's their favourite
supermarket slogan?
Retail shop to go and buy food for? Put your answers in the comments.
And what's the best slogan of a supermarket? Missed
of course.
Business up on this time. We're too busy talking about supermarkets that I didn't see how far he was up. But the purple middle sector, up to the line comes the other Tauri driver. He can only manage a 16.7. Wait, what? That's a very good lap. Puts him into P3. Unitos comes in. Jamie Cash can't improve. Frosted Cheese around the final corner now. Up to the line goes the Williams driver, goes into P3. It's a very solid lap as well. Xavi's a tiny bit up, about half a tenth in the first 2 sectors. Fresh goes very close to his teammate to make it a Ferrari front row lockout. Provisionally, Rocky up to the line. He improved by 4 tenths, but he can't find any more time. Xavi improved even further. And with VC Mike retiring from the session on the straight there, that is your qualifying order.
Yeah, he invalidated through the S's, so
yeah, okay.
Yeah, it makes sense though. That's fair enough. Don't have an issue with that.
Yeah, and unlike earlier sessions, it won't affect your time. So it's Javi taking pole by 0.111 seconds, followed by Fresh, Unitos, Frosted Cheese, Mr. Business, Rocky, VC Mike, Jamie Cash, Kyle, and Jay-Z. And for the first time in about forever, it's a Ferrari front row lockout.
And Fresh is in a Dutch sandwich.
Dutch sandwich. Well, is Fresh Dutch, or can he just speak Dutch? Because he's constant, he's speaking Dutch with all the other Dutch guys, but he raced under the Indonesian flag.
Good question. I don't know. I can't confirm. Right, give me a few minutes. I'm gonna
we need to
become a barista, and then I'll be back.
But we need to ask if he is Indonesian or Dutch or both. Conclusion. Fresh is both. He is both Dutch and Indonesian at the same time. Okay. I can't spell. That one. Here's a fun fact I bet you didn't know. The Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, that is the worst Spanish of my life. I literally study Spanish. Is a 4.304 kilometer motorsport racetrack in Mexico City, Mexico. Fun fact. And it's also got the Formula E is at Mexico this week, isn't it? Yeah, I forgot about that. Damn. So there's Formula E and XLR at the same circuit. Wow, there is a lot of events there. Damn. The lap record is a 1:17.7 set by Valtteri Bottas in 2021. The fastest time in an LMP1 car is a 25.7 set by Brendan Hartley, a former Formula 1 driver. Fastest in a Formula V8. Formerly the World Series by Nissan. The Formula Renault 3.5 series. So I think it's basically just Formula Renault. That's set by a Russian driver whose name I don't want to butcher, so I won't try it. Alright, what else is interesting about this? Oh, it's a thin air. I don't know if it's simulated in the game. I've heard something. I think it is now. The thin air, like they tried to simulate it in the game. I'm not quite sure, but it means the cars run the sort of in real life they run the wings they would at a track like Monaco, but they achieve straight line speeds like they would at Monza by running Monaco wings. Just because there's less air resistance and less drag, because I know my physics. I have not put streamer mode back on. Right, what are the odds of a Valtteri Bottas incident into the first corner? Right, he just gets completely spun around at turn 1. I reckon probably quite high. You never know, though.
Oh, fantastic. No one readied up. Brilliant.
Still a minute to go. I think the many warnings that have been made it quite clear.
Clear enough, yes.
Something that I'm slightly concerned about now. Like, I've got my Fanatec, like, clamped to my desk, which also is my bed. And when I go into my bed, which is, like, because it's above my desk, it like shakes really ominously, and I've been scared the Fanatec is breaking it, and one day it's just going to collapse. Well, that might, like, and when I do stuff, I don't, and like, if I spin too aggressively, both my monitors shake.
Ooh.
Just said maybe. I think we're being ominated.
Someone's getting nominated.
Is ominating into turn
From P20 all the way to P1.
Yes.
I can see it happening.
Alright, the formation lap gets underway then. And it's quite a variation in tyres across the grid.
Ooh.
Mostly the mediums and hards, but there are a few soft runners sprinkled in there. It's mediums for the Pulsar to Xavi. The Ferrari splitting their strategies though, as Fresh behind has gone for the hards. Then it's medium for Unitos and hards for Frosted Cheese. Mr. Business and Rocky agreeing with their strategy of the mediums. Then VC Mike going for the softs, aiming for a good start. He's also underfueled, so I think he's just banking on a fairly early safety car. Jammy Cash behind is on the mediums. So is Kyle, Jay-Z and Aparo. Then VC Ryan also underfueled and also on the softs. So a pair of them both looking to aim for early safety cars. Hart's
Banking safety car, yeah.
Yeah, and probably quite early safety cars too. Hart trying to go long on his first stint, then quite out of position. He probably does have the pace to get a solid, possibly top 5 here if luck goes his way on the hard tyres then, and Octi on the mediums, Footface also on the hards, Mar and A-Gamers both on the mediums, Niels Toxin on the softs, then Max on the hards, and preparing to ominate, going on the mediums. For Max omination, he should have gone on the softs, because then he gets as good of a start as he can, and then he can completely ominate. So like, omination has just become like a completely normal term for a lot of us now.
The first January meme of the XLR season.
Yes.
Month is
well, we need to. We need to do a lot more of those things, because like like on the socials, the more memey stuff gets more views because people that aren't interested in league racing also watch it, because it's just like F1 based memes. Anyway, just parking himself up. I want to check how many views that's got now. Max missed his grid spot, so we wait for the 5 red lights to commence for the start sequence 2, the Mexican Grand Prix, to 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go. And Joey doesn't seem to have got the best start, and neither was Fresh. And Undos jumps straight ahead of him into turn 1. So is Frosted Cheese. Fresh tumbling down the order. It's really not been a good start for the Ferrari driver from 2nd on the grid all the way down to 5th before turn 1. Is Undos going to go for the lunge into turn 1? It thinks about it, but it is Joey that leads through the first corner. There doesn't seem to be any contact so far. There's a bit of wobbling through for position, but Fresh dropped all the way down to P7. There's a car spinning there. I think that was Frosted Cheese on the exit of turn 3. But somehow, I don't think anyone has made any contact. Doesn't appear to be any damage. And someone goes very wide there. That is Kyle going very wide at turn 4. There's a bit of contact there. But somehow, everyone's still fading the right way. There's a lot of squeezing of other cars. Footface has dropped all the way to P18. There's cuts absolutely everywhere into turn 7 here. From about Kyle downwards, it's all in the same piece of tarmac. Om's got up into 16th. He's side by side with the Alfa Romeo. He gets squeezed out on the curb. But with all that chaos, Xavi just pulls.
What a poor start for Haas.
Yeah, Xavi just pulling 9/10 in the first lap. Gets that 1 second advantage. There's a yellow flag. That's Fresh round from from the front row. He's now spun the wrong way. He's dropped all the way to the back of the grid. And it makes it into a Ferrari sandwich at the end of lap 1. As Joey goes driving off into the distance there, most likely. Got a 1.5 second advantage to Unitos already, who is apparently a minute 20 behind Mr. Business.
Yeah, seems legit.
Yep. The gap looks to be about 0.6 or so from my very accurate estimations.
Yeah, probably.
I'm never wrong. And just talks on the back of Footface, but he can't get that sort of overlap that he needs. So Cherry I think at this stage, is just going to hope to control the race. He got through the start procedure quite cleanly, but he has burned through a lot of his ERS. Down to 35% already after lap 1. But he is 1.6 seconds clear, so...
Yeah, to get out of the DRS as well. It's so dangerous.
Fresh clears Max then into turn 7. Not quite the start the Ferrari would have hoped for. But possibly there's a chance he can make that recovery.
And
Cherry with the fastest
you're right.
lap again, pulled by 2 seconds. As DRS is now enabled. VC Ryan with the fast lap of the race then, all the way down in P11. He's on the soft compound though. So you'd kind of expect him to be gaining. As the gaps do begin to open up. It was about 6 tenths between Mr. Business and Unitos. Although this is a lap later, so it may have changed it by that point. But I'm going to take the credit of saying I estimated it pretty much accurately.
Yes, you did.
I mean, Hearts downwards. There's, like, the gap from down to Hearts is massive.
Yeah, different strategies though.
Yeah, and it's just with how they fared on lap 1. Because there was a lot of contact into the stadium.
There was loads.
Yeah. Cherry went a bit wide there on the curb. He might have picked up a track limits warning for that. I'm not sure, but he did go quite wide. He doesn't have a warning, though, fortunately for the Ferrari. It did appear that he went wide, but clearly didn't go wide enough for the stewards to get mad. But now, for the first time, we will, as it wasn't the first time, but it's the first time down the main straight, we see the DRS flaps opening on the rear wings of Mr. Business. Is he close enough to go for a move on Unitos? So he gains all the way down this straight. I think he will go to the inside. Side by side, also behind is a powering over the move on Octi. Mr. Business gets himself ahead. And Frosted Cheese and Rocky side by side. There's a bit of contact between the two of them. Rocky keeping his wheel on the inside. But he goes for the switchback on the exit on Frosted Cheese. And I think he's pulled ahead just about. But Frosted has the DRS. And he pulled to the inside. Gets it stopped. And he does make the corner ahead of the Alpine.
Yeah, just looking back down on that as well, Kyle has got back into P9. He did a nice move on Octi and BC Ryan on the straight, so a bit of a risk, but it's pulled off for the Haas driver.
Throughout the field, then, VC Mike does appear to be looking for a move on Rocky before too long, with those faster, softer tyres. He'll want to get past these slower drivers as soon as he can. VC Ryan already with a 3-second time penalty on lap 4. And if this is his pace, that will set an unfortunate precedent for the rest of the race. The yellow flag, that's Footface who's facing the wrong way. VC Ryan comes in already. And he retires.
Oh, he's retired. Oh my goodness.
That's an interesting decision. Not sure if I would do the same in that position.
I think he was taking a risk and it didn't pay off.
Yeah, like he didn't gain as much as he hoped and had less.
Oh, and Jamie Cash is going
Jamie Cash as well, yeah.
Nice move. Clean.
I think with Ryan, he just wanted to get through the field as quickly as he could, and he couldn't. And then also with that penalty, he just decided that it wasn't really worth it.
Yeah, I think it was a gamble. I think it was a gamble. It just didn't pay off for him. And
Oh, Fresh is being quite held up there by the battle between A-Games and Nidus Toxin. And he's sitting in P17 at the moment. Footface and Max side by side. The Aston Martin gets himself ahead.
Oh, is on round.
Oh, Om's round, yeah. Om's gone round in the middle sector, in the S section, and that's allowed A-Games to catch up to him.
This is what I don't understand, Numi. Xavi's on 8% ERS. Unitos he's doing so well with his ERS. With 87, was 88.
Yeah, VC Ryan had default setup, I forgot.
Ah.
Yeah, I forgot. He didn't mention that before. I just forgot about it. Yeah, Xavi's using a lot more battery, but he won't be stuck in a DRS train like these other cars will.
The thing is, if he can push, and he can try and catch up to Xavi, this will be such a you can see the light blinking. Unitos can clearly see that. So it's going to be a really good. It could be a really good fight here.
Yeah, and it depends how harsh Xavi is on his tires as well, but also how hard he's pushing. And gets a 3-second time penalty. Jamie Cash has one now. So does all the way down in P14 though. After that unfortunate spin. Oh no, there's contact. That's Jay-Z and Ma made a bit of contact.
Oh, I did see something.
Oh, that's Frotted Cheese as well. Frotted Cheese gone off. That's at the end of the S's. Jay-Z going very wide. I saw a bit of contact between Ma and Jay-Z, and then
I just couldn't see who it was. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, there's a bit of contact between those two, and then Jay-Z. Then Ma let Jay-Z back through, and then there was a Williams facing the wrong way.
Yeah. God, look at that gap to Unitos and Xavi's now down
1.5 seconds. That gap is coming down, but it depends how much Xavi is pushing here. And Unitos still hasn't used that much of his battery. Jay-Z does get past Ma down the straight, up into P10. That is on pit early. Has he going on
damage?
Soft. I think he's just out of position.
He's got a nose change. He's having a nose change.
Yeah, so he probably had a bit of contact.
Ooh.
So that's one ticket already.
The elimination begins.
Look at Xavi's exit off the S's though. Just pulled 2/10. I think the gap is probably going to stay around this point. And it does definitely appear that Xavi's using more of a time trial, not time trial setup, but more qualifying oriented setup. Because they're a lot slower on the straights. So if he gets into a battle, that's when he's going to start to struggle.
Yeah, and he's got to be careful as well. And well, as a first,
Footface getting a bit out of shape there.
Oh, go on, boy. Yeah, and that's the thing for Xavi. He's got to be so careful, like his ERS management.
And VC Mike's in very early as well.
Yeah, those soft tyres have not paid off.
Yeah, no. They very rarely do, to be honest. Xavi and Jay-Z and Ma side by side into turn one. Like, with DRS barely able to pull ahead, and there's a bit of contact.
Oh, that was close. Too close to comfort there.
Yeah, as they both go quite wide onto that curb. They both went a bit wide.
That's definitely a track limits warning for sure.
Yeah, most likely is. No change in positions down that straight though. Mal got the DRS for a second time. He gets a bit out of shape on the exit of 5. That would have been. Although he does still stay ahead of the hat for the time being, at least. It's still 1.7 seconds, so I think Xavi has turned up the pace a bit. There's a yellow flag. That's Marov. Just on game. Oh, there's a safety car. Did he lose his front wing?
I think so. I think.
Yeah, he's got no front wing. The safety car deployed. Xavi pits. Unitos pits.
Oh,
and Una's sped in the pit lane. And so's Jamie Cash as well.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that will be devastating for their races. So on lap 9, Jamie Cash has already got an 8-second penalty.
So who is gonna?
Cherry emerges
Paro's
first.
carried on.
So Mr. Business is in the net P2 right now.
This could be a two-stopper here, Numi. This could be a two-stopper.
With how early they're going.
Yeah,
they've gone for the hard. Octi is definitely two-stopping, going onto the softs. Frost is going onto the mediums, but he started on hards. VC Mike carries on, having just pitted.
Yeah, that's a shame. He was a lap early until that safety car came out, and there would have been perfect timing.
There's Toxin getting held by Footface coming in. And Max also in the pit lane. Oh, his crew's only just running out. I don't think Max told the team that he was going to come in. And then the crew's only just running out for him. What happened to
they do. Usually it does do that, though.
Yeah, you need... if you're double stacking, you usually have to tell the team that you're pitting. Or otherwise they just kind of run back in. Like, they run in, and then... Like, I've seen clips before. I think it was Tim at Marduk from F1 2020. He pitted under a safety car just like a little while after his teammate, and then he arrived in the garage just as the Ferrari team like pit crew were just casually strolling back into the garage, and then like basically as soon as they finished their going in animation, they then sprinted out and got ready to do a pit stop. Which is a certified Ferrari moment.
Indeed.
Ferrari,
it's gonna be an interesting battle now.
The thing with Ferraris, you can just laugh at them. Like, even when they're vaguely competent, you can just blame it on luck. Like, after they had that pretty decent strategy in Canada in real life, I saw a lot of things going around, like, you know that the meme of, like, the guy, like the handshake meme, and there's the guy that just looks really confused why he's there. Yeah, and there's, like, F1 fans congratulate... Yeah, like F1 fans congratulating Ferrari on a good strategy. The Ferrari strategist who didn't pick because they were on their pasta break. I saw that at the time, and it was great.
It'd be so nice if Ferrari could just get back to winning ways, because...
No, there's not, because it's really funny just laughing at them.
Xavi, the race engineer, is just like, he's like a comedy.
We are checking.
Yeah. Like, the thing is, Charles Leclerc could say that I've had to stop the car's on fire, and then he's like, we are checking. I was like, it is.
We are checking. We'll come back to you.
How can you not see the car is on fire? What?
We are checking. We will come back to you.
You have two options. A, stop the car, please. Or B, we are checking. You do not say B. You do not say B, Xavi. You stop the car.
Or like how he completely didn't tell Charles that, I didn't tell Charles that Hamilton was coming out the pit lane in Saudi.
Yeah, Hamilton was.
And then,
it.
And then Leclerc was just like, why didn't you tell me? We are checking.
Oh, 6 cars in, really? I mean, late. Oof,
yeah, that really is late. And Power's trying to not go too slowly. But there's not much he can do with that safety car.
Anything about it.
But now the safety car's in the pit lane. He can go. So when's he going to go for the bolt? And a Power accelerates now. There's a lot of Swiddy is 4 wide at this stage. Mr. Business had a brilliant restart here. Here he goes for the race lead 3 wide. What a restart from the AlphaTauri. Gets himself up into the race lead side by side with Unitos. There's so many cars. Kyle's off. There's a Williams off. That's a Power that's gone off. Front Cheese has gone off. And now it's Unitos that leads from Mr. Business and Xavi. But Unitos with that 5-second penalty. So it is Mr. Business in the net race lead at this stage. Followed by the Ferrari. And Jeremy Katz goes very late on the brakes. Makes a bit of contact with Xavi. But somehow they're both still facing the right way. I'm not entirely sure how. Further dropping positions there as well. Well, so to say that was an entertaining restart.
Oh my goodness me.
And it's still so many cars absolutely everywhere. Mo and A games are side by side in turn 7. Mo gets himself ahead. Jamie Kent gets a second time penalty of the race already. That's him on to 11 seconds, I think.
Yeah, what was that fight?
Yeah,
no,
11.
8, is it?
Yeah, he's on
8,
11.
Has he got another one?
Yeah. Oh, where is Octi going?
Oh my goodness.
Really
jeez.
missed the apex. Jamie and Jamie Cash are side by side into the
God,
final
this is
corner.
tight.
So close. Jamie Cash with that penalty. He's still trying to fight it.
He's got a yellow
That's a power dropping position to think.
Someone's just been
Mars
clipped by
got a
Booby
3-second
Best
time penalty. And
for
Mr.
somebody else
Business is
like that.
pulling away from Chavi now. He's got no pace on this restart on the hard tyres. And now Jamie Cash pulls to his inside. And now that
he's really
now that
struggling.
he's been caught, he can't defend because he doesn't have the straight line speed to do so.
Yeah, this is where he's going to play clinical, isn't it, on those hard compound tyres?
Yeah.
If you're not used to them, this is where it's going to affect you dearly.
And Kyle both into the pit lane. Jamie
Kyle
Cash
had
out
contact.
of ERS already. Yeah, I saw
How did
Kyle
that
facing the wrong
contact?
way at one. There's another
He was
yellow
sideways
flag.
at one point.
That's Marinitis that gone the wrong way.
my
Mars
God,
retired on the...
That's got to be a safety car.
He's
Oh, no, wait, you can't.
disconnected.
Yeah.
Mars
so-
disconnected.
Oh, is he disconnected? Oh.
And that's the bug that you had a while ago that just retired on the track.
I had that issue twice at Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
really annoying.
I think it was either a disconnect or he just retired on track, one or the other. Well, he left immediately afterwards, so I assume it was a disconnect. A-Games is quite slow.
Yeah, it would be definitely a
Oxy and
disconnect.
Fresh side by side. Fresh, who
Ooh,
started
he's
on
been
pole,
forced off.
started P2, sorry, dropped straight to the back of the grid within the first lap. Is now back up into P9. It's been a good
And
recovery
DRS
from Fresh
enabled.
so far.
Oh my god.
DRS enabled, but Jamie Cash won't have it. Neither will Chavi, but he's
Ooh, look
still
at this
going to
battle
go
between
for
Jamie
the. Yeah, he's still going to go for the move to the outside into turn one. Is Rocky going to make it 3 wide? Late on the brakes, yes he does. Rocky goes for the move on the inside of the pair of them. They're squeezing their way off the track. Jamie
Rocky's
Cash and
got
Rocky
to
have both
go.
gone on the track. Rocky go through, but Jamie does just about get ahead of
Look at
both of
Mike,
them.
though.
And now
He's
Jamie
trying
Cash
to get
and
past
now Mike
everyone.
on the outside.
He's
There's
trying
so
to
much contact. Jamie Cash. How has he got that one stopped?
Oh my goodness
How
me.
has he got that stopped for the corner?
Oh my goodness.
He's
Jeez.
completely sideways in the braking zone. He's still somehow
Mike's in
made
the
the
ghost.
corner.
Mike's in the ghost of Johnny.
Mike's going
And he's going to get
through.
him. He's going to get him. He's going to get
Yeah,
him.
into
as well.
turn
He
7.
has.
Mike does get the move.
Oh my goodness.
What is going on?
Jeez. That is scary, man.
This
I
has
thought that was
been-
going to be a safety car.
Yeah,
Again.
where's Rocky gone now?
Rocky's
All the way down in
he's gone to
P15.
Yeah.
What
He got
happened to
spun out.
Rocky?
I think he got
was
spun.
it-
I think he got sandwiched. I think he got
yeah,
sandwiched.
that would
And
make sense. Yeah, I
well-
think someone did go sparing off to the left.
there was so much space on the left-hand side, and I think it was Jamie Cash that was on the left. And
I
then
think
you
Jamie
had
tried.
Mike-
I think he didn't realise that Rocky had his wheel there and tried to go a bit to the outside to get a
I
more
think,
optimal
yeah,
line.
It was a bit of a panic
Rocky is
situation.
into the pit lane. Jamie Cash and Jay-Z are side by side. There's a bit of contact between the two of them. Now Jay-Z's got his former teammate Hart on the outside. Hart doesn't have to race quite as respectfully as he did last season. Now that he's no longer worrying about the best interest of the team. And now here comes Fresh on the inside of Jay-Z. Goes down the inside into 4. And now gets us up into 7. It's been a good recovery drive so far from Fresh today.
Yeah, really good, really impressive.
Jamie Cash goes a bit deep into 6. That almost invites Hart to go up the inside. Now Unitas still extending that advantage, but with the 5-second time penalty, that would drop him probably. And that 5-second time penalty would drop him to P4 at this stage. As Jay-Z gets a 3-second time
Yeah.
penalty for multiple warnings. Jamie
And this is-
Cash and Hart looking like they're approaching a battle down the pit straight. How are we at half race distance already? Wait, no, we're not. It's 18 laps. 18, lap 18
is halfway, yeah.
Uh,
About a third of a race
yeah.
distance. About a third.
Here comes Hart with the DRS. Mr. Business go for the move on Unitas into turn 1.
Yeah, look at
had
that
the net
though.
race lead. Now he has the lead on the track. Hart gets
Look how
past
much
Jamie
DRS
Cash on the outside. And now Fresh is trying to go for the move on Jamie Cash. They're side by side. In round turn 2 and 3, there's a lot of contact between the two of them. And that's Fresh spun round
Fresh has
for
been
the
spun
second
round
time
again.
this race. And he's
reset the track. He's reset, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
And
have to
Hart
clip
pulled to
that,
the
I'm
outside. Goes for the move. Does he make it stick? Jamie Cash goes late on the brakes. But he can't fend him off
what a
enough.
move.
And that's Hart that
Lovely
gets
big
the
pass.
move done.
Oh,
But he
he's
goes
got
a
off
bit
track
too
though.
wide. He goes a bit too wide now. Jamie Cat's lunging it down the inside. There's yet more contact between the two of them. Haas rejoin the track, and he is just about ahead. Jay-Z might be trying to go for a move before too long as well, but he can't go for one just yet. Is he going to go to the outside? Jamie Cat had an illegal overtake there, I think, on Jay-Z.
Oh, did he?
I don't know. He just lifted off. Like, he just applied the brakes.
Well...
Or is he trying to do something with DRS?
I don't
like, he wouldn't...
drink driving. I don't know.
I think he does genuinely drive drunk.
He
talks about it. He talks about it
somehow.
sometimes. I don't know how often he actually does it.
Tech support has put another W in the legendary name of WZ.
Weck report.
WZ. Yeah.
Here comes Jay-Z with DRS. Is he got? And now he's lifting off. He doesn't want the move. And Jamie cashes in the pit lane and retires.
Oh.
So,
Xavi's going for it. This is for P2.
On Untos, is he gonna be able to
Untos
go for the move?
Really well.
Untos
really
cut him off through 5. Can Javi get down the power soon enough? No, he can't. So Untos does defend for now, but Xavi is in that net P2 position. I think Untos is defending on Mr. Business's behalf, because if he gets past Una, then he'll be relatively simple to get past the Alpha Tauri. Although Untos is actually attacking as well, goes to the inside, even with that 5-second time penalty.
Oh,
He's still going for the move. They're side by side still. And now Untos on the inside gets the move done. But now they've got Xavi going for the move on Mr. Business as well. They're side by side. Xavi now moves up into second place on the net rate lead, but he gets a big slide on the exit. But it doesn't seem to have hampered his straight line speed too badly. But Mr. Business in his slipstream will be faster. Xavi not using any RS here. Mr. Business pulls to the inside. Get the move into turn 1. On the brakes, Xavi goes a bit later on the brakes. Round 1, they're still side by side. It's so close, but Xavi just about stays ahead. And that will compromise Mr. Business's exit as well. But it's compromised the Alpha Tauri's exit. And now Xavi stays in that P2 or that net P1 position. And I think he just needs to...
Yeah.
All it's doing is allowing the cars behind to catch up. And it's just...
Yeah, VC Mike is gaining a little bit, like creeping up, not by major lot, but, you know, he is getting closer.
Yeah, it's down to P4 Untos would be at this stage. Jay-Z still within a second of Hearts, but that 1 second margin has just been reached. Well, Mr. Business is probably too far back to be able to go for a move. So I think it's going to be Xavi versus Unitos into turn 1. And he's almost pushing the Aston Martin through the stadium section. And now as they come round the final corner, on the power they both go. Who gets the better run? Xavi does seem to have had a pretty good exit off that corner. And now with DRS active as well, I don't think Unitos will be able to do too much to defend against this. As the Ferrari driver pulls to the inside, Unitos lets him go, doesn't use too much ERS. And Xavi moves up into the race lead again. But this time it is on track as well.
Yeah.
And with the DRS, Unitos can't... Xavi has the DRS again. Unitos can't close back in.
Yeah,
but he will have
double dose.
He'll have him on the next lap though.
Yeah, double dose of DRS on the long straight.
Unless Xavi can break the DRS or pull that much that he...
Man, the thing is...
I mean,
yeah,
he'll need to pull quite the margin if he doesn't want to be overtaken. But look how much time he's gaining though.
If he must get so much downforce through that second sector.
Yeah, if he gets it up to sort of 8/10, that's the sort of point. Oh, that's the gap it was between him and Mr. Business.
The thing is, Unitos just cuts it down because of the DRS and the straight line speed.
Yeah.
Just like you can just notice how big of a difference the two drivers are with this setup. So
yeah, it's about 6-7 tenths at this stage. They apply the power, goes all the way up to 8 on that exit. So now Unitos, even with the DRS, probably won't be close enough.
Even the straight line speed, he cut down 2 times. And this DRS now, you just see how powerful.
Oh yeah, as here he goes. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, Xavi just can't fight that. He is later on the brakes though, but it won't be enough to get any moves into turn 4.
And Mr. Business has fallen out of that DRS as well, which has not helped him.
Yeah, I think Unitos will need to slightly try and hold up Xavi. Like for...
Yeah, of course.
Like for, like the AlphaTauri's sake. Like just...
So yeah, no, we're gonna see. Yeah, we're gonna see now how effective Xavi's downforce can be through the S section, and you can see how much he's pushing.
Although it's the dirty air as well from Unitos really doesn't help. Like Xavi practically pushes him through these corners, and I think into turn 1, Xavi should get back past. He typically gets a better exit off that final corner, but he does. Xavi's got his pit light on, interestingly enough. So yeah, I think he's going for a 2-stop, yeah.
This could be a 2-stop, I said, Numi, before.
Yeah, it probably will be, but...
It can definitely be a 1-stopper, 100%, but yeah, a 2-stopper is looking the best.
Here goes Xavi to the inside again, on the brakes, gets the move done. And Jay-Z, the first... No, it's not Jay-Z in the pit lane, it's
Octi.
On my screen it said Jay-Z was in. Yeah, Octi goes for... he's changing a wing as well. Yeah, there's a nose change. And now, Xavi has pulled half a second to Unitos.
Oh, Frosted Cheese nearly getting collected by Freshfen down at turn 1. Oh my god, that could have been disastrous.
Back in P7 as well. Like, he dropped all the way, but he's back up into P7. Like, it's very close to breaking the DRS here, but he's not quite done enough. So Unitos will get the DRS on him, on Xavi. But I mean, down into, it needs to be about.
He could break.
He might be able to break it here, although he needs about 2/10 or a tenth and a bit. He's done it.
He's in the second.
It's exactly a second, I think. He may have just broken that DRS window to Unitos.
Yeah, he's done it. He's got to use some ERS now as Unitos.
Yeah, he's pulled that 1 second window.
Yeah, he's going to come back now into it. Or might he? Oh, I don't know. Oh yeah, he is.
Though Xavi was only about half a second ahead at this.
Look at the top, look at the top speed. 188 for Xavi, 196 for Unitos.
I've got kilometers.
So there's a massive difference.
I don't quite have the same measurements to do because foot face. So that's a power into the pit lane. Foot face is in a points paying position at this stage. I mean, with that 7/10 gap, I think Xavi will break the DRS again.
It looks possible, doesn't it? It looks
like he's
possible.
just that bit fast enough, and it's now a second again.
Oh, I might guess a penalty as well for track limit warnings.
Mike's sitting in P4 at the moment, one of the first of the leaders to get a track limit penalty. It's 1.1 seconds, the gap at the front. Now Xavi's going to try and just run away like he did at the start of the race, and now Unitos can only pull it down to 1 second. So I think Xavi's just got to that perfect window. Like, this pace that he's on right now is just the right amount of pace that he needs.
Of course, and as well as that, with we're going down as well, bear in mind these are 12, 13 lap old hards now. You're better off having that downforce for the tyre wear because it will help you so much through the corners rather than just having that straight line speed that Unitos has decided to go for. So we'll see what happens in the next few laps. We'll see if I don't know if Unitos will.
And into the pits comes Fresh, but he's sped on the pit lane. Oh,
Roland Dice has joined.
Yeah, that's really not. It's not gone Fresh's way. Like, every time it looks like he's going to make a comeback. Like, it looks like he's going to make a comeback. Then he falls away. Then it looks like he's going to again. And then he falls away again.
But McLaren looking good in P4 and P5. I'll tell you that now.
Um's got back in the points. Help.
Has he? Oh my goodness.
Omination is going to occur.
Oh, the omination.
Oh, Octi's got the 3 second time penalty there. I just saw that on board with him. He tried to go for a dive on Fresh and just took a bit too much curb on the inside.
Gotta be so careful.
Yeah, it's 1.7 seconds out of the front. How long until these leaders come into the pit lane, though?
Parts is
Xavi
in the
stays
world of
out.
his own.
Yeah, they're all staying out for now at least. We see Mike staying out. Hearts, yeah, in the middle of absolutely nowhere. Gets past Max there for P9. Still in the points, so is Footface. He's not going to stay there, but he's in the points. You gotta give him props for at least running in the points at some point. Frosted Cheese comes in off the medium tyres, possibly going for another medium set. We wait to see what tyres will be used. It indeed is another medium set. Footface also coming in, possibly for another medium set.
Oh, Footface is doing
also
well
in
P8.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
He's gonna go.
Yeah, he's going for another medium set. Apparel sets the fastest lap of the race on a soft compound tyre. Mr. Business gets a 3-second time penalty. So that's a big penalty in the state of the race, and that puts Unitos back into P2.
And if safety cars come out as well, gee, that is not going to help him at all.
Yeah. The difference is Unitos will have to serve his penalty in the pit stops.
Yes, he would.
If they do another round. Kyle looking to go for a move on Max. There's a bit of contact between the two of them. Just at the back of the field. Unitos does come in now. He's going to have to serve that 5-second time penalty. Mr. Business now goes into P2. Mike takes P3. Is it going to be the medium compound tyres? Yes, it is. But he has to wait for those painful 5 seconds. There's a yellow flag. I think that was a power might have been round. There's a yellow flag. Someone was running slowly. Unitos having to do that painfully long pit stop and comes out in P5.
He's got a good breathing space though. He's got a really nice clear air.
Yeah, Xavi needs to pit at some point. So Mr. Business is in net P2 still though. Because when he comes in, he will come out ahead of Unitos. I think Xavi will want to come in this lap. He's going to.
Well, we shall see. He's not got his pit light on, but...
I mean, he had his pit light on about 10 laps ago. So, you never know.
It's not appearing on for me.
Yeah, it's not on for me either. Let's see if... Oh! That's a tiny bit out of shape. But indeed, the Ferrari does come into the pit lane. He's been nice and careful to make sure he doesn't speed. Indeed, he doesn't. That would not have been very good for his race, considering his main advantage was a lack of time penalty. So Mr. Business also in. Xavi doesn't get held up by the AlphaTauri, which it's a bit less ideal. You probably possibly would have hoped that he got at least a small hold up.
He's going to be miles ahead.
As Xavi emerges from the pit lane, Unitos and Mr. Business is going to be quite close.
Oh, it's going to be close.
Although I think Mr. Business is going to have it. The gap was 2 seconds before the pit stops. Unitos had to serve a 5-second time penalty, so it was 3 seconds before the pit stops. And as it come out, it's more like 1 second. So that's how powerful that undercut was. But look at that, Xavi is 5 seconds ahead of Mr. Business here.
Because
it was about a 2-second gap, and then it was about another 2-second gap back to... It was a 2-second to Unitos, and then another 2 second or so to Mr. Business.
Om's pitted again.
What is Om doing? Let Om cook on the strategy. I think...
The Omination.
The Omination of the pit wall is not going very well.
Again.
13-second gap to the lead. VC Mike comes in now.
Hart's taking a gamble going for the soft tyres.
So he is.
Oh, this could be interesting.
It could definitely
it could be soft tyres for Mike as well.
Could be.
No,
it's medium.
He is?
Medium.
Oh, is it medium? Oh, I thought I saw a red stripe then. I was like, ooh.
No, it's probably the red rim of the chrome every... What? VC Mike's be... Oh, no, it's just a bug. Okay. I was going to say VC Mike was being held for an awfully long time.
Yeah, I had it before. Yeah.
Alright,
here we go then.
Everyone to say Omination. And Unitos gets past Mr. Business there in turn 1. Has less time penalties as well. So Unitos was in that net P2 anyway. Now takes it on the track.
Question is, can he catch up to Xavi?
Doubt it. 5 seconds and 10 laps on the same tyres.
And the tables are turned on the ERS as well, and Xavi nearly gets a bit caught off guard there for nearly spinning out. But
it's 5 seconds and 10 laps. Like, Xavi will have to make quite a major mistake, I think.
And he's got
20% ERS advantage.
More
it's 30 versus 15. Like 35 versus 15.
Yeah, nuts. Absolutely nuts. So
I don't know why. It's really funny the way you say nuts. I don't know what's so funny about it. As Xavi gets a 3-second time penalty.
Ooh,
it's still not. So now it's only a 2.5 second gap. It's still a 2.5 second gap. But it was the fastest lap of the race. So that was a 19.0. Last lap for Xavi, it was a 19.5. So he's half a second faster on that last lap. So at that rate, he's going to be... At this rate, he's going to have it. But
we'll just
still a while to go. Max gets another time penalty. That's his second of the race. So that adds up to 6 seconds now.
So there's only a few survivors, really.
Paro gets a 3-second penalty as well.
I was just about to say him. Unitos, Hearts, Frosted Cheese, Rocky, Footface, and
Footface is, like, considering how new he is to the games, Footface's ability to stay within the lines is really good.
He's a fantastic job.
The way in most league races that he does, most of the time he doesn't get a penalty, which is better than probably the majority of people.
It's incredibly fantastic. And
yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, if a safety car comes out 4 laps before the race ends...
If a safety car comes out now, Xavi is screwed.
I'd be bursting out laughing.
It's a 0.3 improvement on that last lap from Xavi, so it's around Unitos' previous lap. So Xavi has responded to the pace increase from the Aston Martin with a pace increase of his own. The gap's now back up to 5.6 seconds, which in reality is only 2.6 seconds. But it's still 2.6 seconds. It's still a tall order for Unitos with 8 laps to go. Not gonna lie, if I was Unitos here, I would possibly just let Mr. Business go down some of the straights and then just blast and then use his DRS.
Yeah, it's quite...
that depends whether he's the actual pace difference between the two of them. Nice Toxin is into the pit lane, drops to the back of the field, unfortunately for him. No, it's a 3-second gap now between Xavi and Unitos. I think Xavi has really been turning up the pace in these last few laps, just making sure he doesn't lose this race win, which he's thoroughly deserved so far.
He's done well. Fantastic effort.
Yeah. How many warnings does Unitos have? He doesn't have a single track limits warning.
God, that's brilliant. That's really good.
But Xavi doesn't have a single warning after his penalty either. So they both can effectively afford to cut the track 3 times. As Mr. Business pulls ahead of Unitos here into turn 1.
And Footface has only got a warning.
Only got one warning.
One warning.
Aston Martin are just the most reliable team on the grid.
Of course.
If you compare that to real life, not so much.
Not great.
I mean, to be fair, they do have Mercedes engines, which are the most reliable. But
of course.
Yeah, it's still that 3-second gap. I think it's going to stay that way for basically the rest of the race.
I tell you what, McLaren could catch up to the top 3. With Haas has now changed with Mike, but we'll have to find out if Haas has got the pace. But 4 seconds.
With this point tool,
could it happen?
McLaren could seriously jump up in the standings. They're currently only on 30 points. But with this point tool at this stage, it's... if we look at penalties as well... yeah, so it's looking like it's going to be P4 and P5 for them, which would be a 22-point haul, which would put them up to 52 points. Compare that to some of the other cars around them. They'll definitely jump Haas at this rate. I mean, so far this season, it's just been Hearts on his own. I think it's the first time Mike has showed up this season.
He's made, from trying to get him every week. I've been messaging him every week, can you race? And he's like, from the gods, has finally raced.
So the gap at the front is still that sort of 6-second margin. Oh, the two McLarens have come together.
Yeah, they made. Oh my god, that could have been disastrous.
Just as we were talking about how they're having a really good race, and now Frosted Cheese is what 2 seconds behind Mike, who has a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah.
Mike's going slow. I think Mike's retiring.
No, he's got damage. He's got damage. He's not visible damage, but it's damage because he really lifted off. He
really lifted off on the straight. Is Mike pulling? What's going on with Mike here? Is he
underfueled? Which is is he lifting and coasting maybe?
I don't know. Oh, that's a big slide from Frosted Cheese ahead of him. Mike's pulling into the pits. I think he's retiring.
Oh, that's such a shame.
Oh, that is not.
If he is.
No, he's staying. He's continuing on.
Carry on.
But it's a nose change,
Soft tyres, fastest lap.
It's not going to score any points.
Not deserved at all.
No, he's having such a great race, and then we're talking about how good his race was, and then he died.
On his first race.
This is why commentators shouldn't talk.
Right. Race on P11.
Oh, the gap's 4 seconds though. Wait, how many penalties does Rocky have? Octi ahead of him has a 6-second time penalty. Footface to Rock. It's about 6 seconds.
It's possible.
It's possible. Or if someone around him, like if Rocky or Octi get another penalty, then that's it. See, obviously Mike gets a 3-second time penalty.
So
Mike's down in P13 though.
Fudgeface doesn't have to worry as such as from the people behind. He's just got to keep
driving. He's got on
driving.
behind them though, so he does need to worry.
Well, I mean, the Nation, we don't want.
Oh, there's a yellow flag. I'm thinking Mike's gone out. There's a few laps to go. Is that gonna be a safety car?
We could be. Oh,
where is it? Oh, he's off at turn 4.
I couldn't
his
see.
car. No, his car's still going. It was like his car's still driving, so he's not out yet. It could be a safety car still, depending on where his AI parks itself. So Chavi's still out front from Mr. Business and Unitos. The gap's now only 5 seconds, but it's still 5 seconds. There's no safety car for Mike's retirement.
Ooh.
I bet the two of them, Mr. Business and Unitos, were begging to see that full course yellow flag. Gets past Footface into turn 1.
It's scary. Absolutely scary.
Looking at the penalties, ahead has a 6-second penalty. He doesn't need to worry about him. Octi to Footface. The gap's grown too large. Unless someone around him gets a second penalty, Footface isn't going to score points.
Rocky's on 18-lap-old hards. He's going to struggle.
I don't think Footface is going to catch him, though. Unless he just gets dragged along by Om.
He's just got to keep...
Well, I don't think he's not going to gain that much unless he just gets completely dragged along by Om. I mean, actually, he's about 6 seconds ahead, though. That's the only problem.
He's 5.7 now as it stands.
Is that to Om?
To Footface to Rocky.
Oh, yeah, that's 5.7, but he's got 3 laps to close it. So unless Rocky gets another penalty, as Frosted gets past Hearts into turn 1, takes that P4 position away from the McLaren driver. I think Hearts is starting to go off a bit. And he gets a 3-second time penalty.
Whoa.
So now Frosted is definitely ahead. And will probably stay ahead for the rest of the race. And now it's 4.5 seconds. But still, Xavi is just pulling away. You just need to keep it within the white line for the rest of the race. And I don't think... to Unitos, the gap is 5.3. So 2.3 seconds with 3 laps to go at the end of this one. I think Xavi should have this one in the bag. Three laps to go now as Xavi starts lap 34. Mr. Business and Unitos don't seem to be exchanging any more positions in the next foreseeable future. Footface has almost opened up the DRS gap to Om. It doesn't matter, all you can do is spectate. Unitos does actually get past Mr. Business into turn 1. Not that it will matter. They're just kind of pulling each other along. Just exchanging positions into turn 1. It's down to 4.3 seconds to the front, to be fair. But still,
It's closing.
It is closing, but it will also open up again. Yeah, it just went very deep into 4, and now it's back up to 4.4. It was down. It was as low as 4.1 at one stage, but now in the middle sector is when Xavi just pulls away. Rocky gets past Octi.
But goes a bit wide though. Goes a bit wide.
Oh, they're side by side. Octi and Rocky gets squeezed out a bit. All of this is playing into the hands of Footface. I mean,
what's the penalty? 6 seconds.
It's about a 5-second gap between Octi and Footface. You never know. It's about a 6-second gap, and if Om starts battling Octi, because Om also has a 6 second, if they start battling,
yeah, of course.
I think 2 laps to go now. As Xavi starts the penultimate lap. So there's not long left to hold on to these tyres and to this advantage. Mr. Business gets back past Unitos into turn 1. Still doesn't matter because Mr. Business has a time penalty and Unitos does not. I think at this stage there doesn't seem to be that many battles on the track. What's it looking like? Footface to Octi. It's about 7 seconds now. Yeah, it's about 7 seconds. Max gets yet another penalty that goes up to 9 now. And now Fresh is no longer the driver with the most time penalties in this race. And just one more time to go down that pit straight. Kyle gets a 5-second time penalty.
Yeah.
Aparo also came in going on to the final lap, or going on to the penultimate lap, that is.
There's a Ferrari
flag. That was...
That's Fresh, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Fresh. So, somewhere, if I can find him. Well, where is Fresh?
P6.
There we are. I genuinely... My stomach genuinely dropped, because I thought for a second it was Xavi.
Yeah,
imagine that. Like, imagine.
Oh, he's gone wide, Has he got damage?
Who does?
He's got no wing.
Who's got no wing?
Fresh has got no wing.
He's clear that Wall must have done. He comes in.
Pit.
I would have probably would have tried. Wait, or is he not? No, he's not. He changed his mind and got the 3-second time penalty for it. Like he. He might have missed it. I mean, he got a time penalty for it.
Clip it just in case.
He did get a penalty from the game for it, to be fair. But that was for multiple warnings, not inherently for crossing the white line.
This is... Well, Jay-Z's... It's a gift for Jay-Z.
Yeah. That's...
Massive gift.
So, wait. What's the gap from Footface to... Footface was... Okay, it's not enough.
No,
that's a shame.
It's unrealistic.
I mean, 7 seconds to a car with a broken wing. But anyway, through the final few corners, the fireworks are there, through the stadium, for Xavi's led pretty much the entire race. And across the line, Xavi wins in Mexico. 5 seconds in the end. Unitos comes home P2. Mr. Business P3. Frosted Cheese is going to come home P4 as one of the only drivers without a 3-second time penalty. It's up to the line. He comes home P4. Hart's next to the line. P5 for the McLaren. On his return to having a second hand. It's a late lunge from Jay-Z on Fresh. In the final few corners. Not that it's going to matter. After time penalties are applied. And now as they accelerate on the power. Fresh comes home P6. Fresh P7. Jay-Z P6. Ames gets P7 actually.
He gets ahead.
Yeah, Rocky gets ahead as well.
A-Games has got points for the first time.
And Fresh finishes P9, Octi P10, Cames home P11, Footface doesn't get his Freddo.
Unlucky, pal. That's a really good
Got
race.
close.
No penalties as well. Really good performance.
Did he even get a single warning?
Just one warning from that, I believe,
Man,
the last time I checked.
One warning, and that was lap 4.
I'm going to check again.
2 warnings.
2. But
2 warnings.
Fantastic effort. Fantastic effort.
In a 50% race at Mexico, when you're... I don't think people often appreciate how... Footface is incredibly new to the games as well.
Yeah.
He first got one on... he first got the game on 23, I think. That was his first game.
Must be.
Yeah. Oh. Wow. Xavi comes out victorious then from Untos and Mr. Business, followed by Frosted Cheese, Hartson and McLaren, then Jay-Z, A-Games, Rocky, Fresh, Octi, Footface, Nidius Toxin, Power and Max, and was Kyle last the finishes? Yes, he was. And then
yeah, you got lapped.
And not finishing was VC Mike, Jammy Cash, Ma, and VC Ryan. Drive for the day then.
Oh, that's a hard one. I would like to give it to Xavi because he did extremely well.
Pretty much anyone in the lower half of the top 10 too. They all started. There were some incredible drives there. Fresh had a really good race too.
A-Games had a fantastic drive as well.
Yeah, I think
A-Games for me, because that was his first points, and he didn't get any points in the first 6 rounds, and he was quite at the bottom, of the grid, and to eventually get not just 1 point, but he's got what,
6
points. Yeah, that's my driver of the day.
I'm probably just gonna give it to Xavi. Even though he totally shouldn't be driving here.
Yeah.
No, we don't run reduced, do we? I thought it was standard.
It's been reduced for a while now.
Oh yeah, so it is. Well then, that was the Mexican Grand Prix. Have a good evening, everybody, and we will see you soon tomorrow evening for some Tier 1 action at Saudi. But until then, have a good evening and good night.